James, finished 3-0 to South Shields. It's happening a bit of an end of season game for us, wasn't it?
Yeah, first and foremost, I mean, you know, more important things than football. I was speaking to one of their players on the way in about their fans last week on the way home on the motorway. You know, and thankfully, after what sounded an absolute horror crash, they're all they're on the mend. Obviously, there's a lot of injuries and that, but thankfully there was no one who lost their life. So I'm really pleased in that regards, because put football to one side. You know, I said it last week with regards to Andy Burgess with his turn. You know,
update on Andy?
Yeah, I just say that you know, fair play to them and the crowd today. They get behind the side and all that. So really pleased in that regards. I'm gutted for them that they haven't. You know, it's one of them things. We've had some good free battles this year. You know, they're worthy winners today, and you know, we won the 2 games at home. But yeah, so that's that. But on regards ourselves, obviously Andy's. He's had a turn last week, and you know, he's got to manage himself. He's, you know, it's a serious thing. That's what he's got there, and he's you know, he's going to have to recover, and a long distance up here and all the other bits and pieces. I've seen him on Thursday, but you know, he's a couple of little bits going on and his few checkups, etc. So you know, he's not travelled today, as you know, but again, you know, the game aside, the results aside, the most important thing is the health of him as well, because he's a top fella, done great for the football club since he come in, and obviously we don't want to see one of our own in that situation again, so it's important that he does right and gets himself right. So they're the 2 most important things in my opinion, and then we get onto the game. The game's one of them. It's you can look at these games and these have still got something to play for. It was just a weird atmosphere. They were all quite calm because they were winning, you know, comfortably, but Boston weren't winning, and then you hear the ups and downs, and it's just drifted away. I can get it from our point of view. We've tried something different today. You know, we could have come in, parked the bus and sat in, similar to what we did at home, tying at them on the counter attack. You know, but we thought we'd come here and have a go and go right after them, right up the pitch. Tara and Will up against their 2 centre halves, match their diamond up in the middle of the park. Again, with us being a part-time club, it's difficult to nail everything down. But there was some real good evidence, and I thought we had 1 or 2 little regains where we nearly got in. Harry Flowers had a great opportunity with the volley. Looked like there was no one within 10 yards, and all he's got to do is take a touch and put it in the net. So we started quite brightly in that regards, and we didn't really give it time to work with what we'd touched on or walked through and spoke about, because the goals that we give away were sloppy. You know, one's from a throwing right side, it's too easy into someone's feet, it's switched, it's out, we get beat 1v1, the shot's parried, the following we haven't done enough, and we end up giving a goal away. And then the next one, we're trying to see it out of play, we get it taken off us, and one pass is took. I spoke to him about Blackett, he's the best striker in the league. I voted him as player of the year. You know, to score the amount of goals he's scored and not be at the top end of the pitch is an outstanding achievement, and that's the hardest thing in football, you know, to put the ball in the back of the net. So you know, it's one through ball, and we got a 2v1 in that situation, but yet he gets there and draws Chris. I'm thankful that he never got sent off, because it would have been an even longer afternoon and it would have had an effect on next season. So you know, we've got to take our medicine in that regards. And then when we went through stuff, what we were going to do, obviously they got the tails up then, the confidence, and our lads are a little bit shell-shocked, and then we had to filter back into what we were, or our plan B is, so to speak, where we got Danny left and Tara right. And I think there was some good signs. We've tested the goalkeeper, he pulled off an outstanding save from Tara's header, some great play down the left, you know, good cross from Danny. Will, unfortunately, hasn't put the rebound away, and we've had 1 or 2 other bits and pieces, but they're a good side, the full time. You know, they played with freedom in the end, because you know, it sort of went, and from my point of view, you can say what you want to say, and you want the attitude and you want the endeavour, but probably 3/4 of that team, you know, there's a couple of loans, there's, you know, we've got lads out of contract.
Down to the bare bones today as well.
Down to the bare bones with regards to the warm-up. You know, Andy not being here, Richie's tweaked his hamstring on Thursday. We got no Marcus Carver, we got no Luke Burgess, got no Jordan Archer. You know, Finn Lockhart's got an ankle injury from Bolton. You know, we're going right through the team. We're depleted in the staff, we're depleted on the pitch. But thankfully for me, as I said last week, the hard work's been done, and this was for me a little bit of a you know, let the handbrake off and go and enjoy it and go and play and try and score a goal or do what's right. And we show good signs of that, but otherwise we were pouring over areas. The goals we can see that could have been avoided, and a couple of the opposite. The third one certainly, there's another one that could have been avoided. But as I say, brilliant for the fans, you know, from where we were and where we got to, and them to travel in the numbers that they did today.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's right they all go over there and shake hands with virtually every one of them and sign a few autographs, because they've been massive this season. I said at the awards do last week, when you're rooted to the bottom of the league, it's easy to boo and get on players' backs. And from the very first game I come to, which was Chorley before I got the job, they clapped the team off the pitch. They got beat 2-0, we went down to 10 men. It could have been a lot worse, but they kept behind them, and that's what they've done, home and away. Really stuck with the team, and I'm pleased for them more than anyone that, you know, we're still in the division, and now it's a time to take stock and do what we need to do. Busy time, and look forward to next season where hopefully we can improve.
You probably will have a busy time coming up, Jim. What happens next? You get to speak to all the players and see how are we going to go forward?
Yeah, obviously the loan lads I've spoke to on Thursday, because they've got other clubs they'll have to go back to and have their own individual chats. We'll speak to people on Tuesday. There's a lot going on again. All the positivity around the big help coming in, and Peter and all the ambition and things like that. There's been a big turnaround on the field and off the field as well. You know, it's a transitional period. You know, as I say, Ian, Kyle and Liam, what they did, now I know them in it and I know what's gone on. They've done a fantastic job, and now Peter and the big help have picked up the reins, and Sammy and we're looking to kick on. But it's a big transitional period. There's people who've come and gone. There's new roles. There's new things that need to be sorted. I'm a new manager, I've got to shape what I think, you know, so it has been a big turnaround on the field, off the field. And as I say, what we do now, we speak to the players. We've got to be honest, you know, obviously, like it always happens in football, some will stay, some will go, some are on contract, loan lads will go back to their own clubs, and then suddenly you're into the big rat race. So my phone now actually goes even worse than what it is, but that's the business, that's what you got to do, and all we can do as a staff, more so myself, Andy and Sammy and Peter, is identified players that we feel can improve us. Obviously there's players who've left, and again I want to go on record and thank them, because they've all played the part. The likes of Jack Bainbridge, Freddie Sass, Mikey O'Neill, Brad Holmes, whoever else, Connor Heath, lads who've been here, left. I might have missed one or two out there, and I'm sorry if I did. You know, so they've all played the part. Everyone who's put the boots on and ran on the pitch and represented the club have played the part in getting us to where we are. It was all about getting safe. We've been quite comfortable. I'm thankful that we never had to come here today and get a result, because they are, you know, the biggest possession-based side. We won 7-0 last time out, 2-0 the time before. They're a good side, got the best player in the league. So, you know, as I say, everyone can celebrate what we've done in the end. It's not where we want to be, but it's my job to try and get us better now, with the backing of the board, and try and shape it. I think we've improved in certain areas, but there's a lot of work to be done to get us where we want to be, and that's certainly not at this end of the table. It's certainly not with the defensive record we've got. You know, it's certainly not with the home record that we've got, but there's some things to be really proud of as well, and one of them's been on the road this year. We've been brilliant, so we'll pick the bones out of it, see what's what, and to get our work done and come back pre-season, you know, fighting there and ready to go.
Well, you came in when we were in a pretty perilous position, Jim, didn't you? You know, so you must be pleased with the progress you've made from day one. You know, I think your record was up to about 12th in the table if you'd been here all season. So you must be pleased with that. I'm
very pleased, yeah. I said it the other week. I'm quite proud of it. It was you know, whatever's gone on, I don't know, because I've not been here, but I think we lost the last 8 of last season. Whatever's gone on, we've took 1 point from the first 6 this season. And if you look at it, we've had horrendous. I know I was speaking to Liam about last season with injuries and things like that. Yeah. We've had some suspensions that have been deserved. We've also had some suspensions that we've been hard done by. We've had horrific injuries. You know, looking at again from the outside looking in, Jordan Archer's been one of the best players of the club over the last couple of years. What's he played? 6 or 7 goals for us. I'm gutted for him as a footballer, for the injuries that he had and the setback that he's had, and you know, again, but he's played his part and got that goal against Brackley and done what he needed to do. But you know, we've had quite a lot of them. You know, with Tyler Walton injured a couple of months out, we're back in, you know, look at the centre half, we were doing really well, and everyone started sensing we're going to get in the playoffs, and we had Declan Evans and Harry Flowers at the back, and then suddenly, you know, Deck gets injured, and that's what can happen in football. We just filtered away, and what looked like we were going to have a late run for the playoffs, like Spennymoor had done, has filtered back into a relegation battle. So we've been very up and down. I think the record's not bad. It's more than enough to have kept us up, which you know, when you come in and it's a 40-game season for you, there's no magic ones in football. You've got to try and improve quickly as well. There's no bedding in period, and that's what we've done. So, you know, I'm proud of what we've done in that regard. So we've now got to take stock and do what we can with what we've got available, and ultimately just try and improve in all areas. That's what I'm about. That's what we want, and we want to start, you know, enjoying ourselves a little bit more than being in the position that we found ourselves certainly over this season and last season. But we'll see what happens now, Rob.
Well, I was going to say enjoy the break, Jim, but I think you've got a busy time coming up.
I will enjoy the break because it's been a long hard slog, and there's a bit of a couple of sleepless nights in there, and I've always said the football will never kill me, but you get engrossed in it. I care about the club, I do like the club, there's good people I'm working for, there's good people behind the scenes, good volunteers, etc. So, you know, I will enjoy the break, but I'll certainly be doing a lot of work as well to try and get us ready for the next season.
Thanks, Jim.